Hello, come right in. Rock, flag, and eagle.
All right, welcome everybody back to another edition of Chairgatin. I'm your host, Rattlesnake, coming at you live once again from Austin, Texas. And I'm continuing the co-host challenge. This week, I have Brandon Key on. It only took him 30 fucking minutes to figure out how the internet works. So here we are. He's a little bit quicker than my grandma. Welcome, Brandon.
What's up? What's going on, guys? If I would have got better instructions from my host here, I wouldn't have taken so long. So I do apologize for that.
Yeah. So my instructions were literally, hey, go check out a previous episode, watch it to kind of get the understanding of what we do. And instead of actually watch anything, he said he listened to an episode. So I gave him instructions and he didn't follow. I don't know what else to do. I'm a good coach. He's not a good player.
What are you wearing?
Yeah. So I am dressed essentially. Did you ever watch Ocean's 11?
Of course I watched Ocean's 11.
All right. You remember, what was that Ruben Tishkoff? The old guy that had the cigar? I'm pretty much going for a cowboy version of that because we just were in Vegas. So this is my Vegas get up. Buttoned all the way down.
So you got the hairs just like blowing in the wind.
Yeah. I really wanted like a gold chain, but I just don't own one. So I had to steal my wife's sunglasses because I don't have big enough sunglasses. So this is my Las Vegas.
Take those off.
Why? Are you intimidated when you look at me?
I just like to look people in their eyes when we're talking, and I just can't take you serious right now.
Well, perfect. And I'm leaving them on. So I am back live. I should be, if I did everything right this time, I should be live on Belly Up Sports Facebook page, the Chairgatin YouTube account, and the Chairgatin Twitter account. I should be live on all of them. More than likely, I messed something up, but hopefully we're live. I see
you've come a long way, man. Look at all this. Like
that's the thing. Yeah,
this looks good. This looks really good.
Yeah. Okay. So we're getting comments. So we are live. Got a shout out from Canada.
Joseph, what's up, man?
And then there you go. So we are live. Got some comments going.
I like it.
All right. So we just raced in Las Vegas.
Loved
Thoughts?
It. Look, Kyle Larson. I thought it was going to be a little bit of a learning curve with the new team and coming to Hendrick, man, but he has probably been, I think, the best driver overall this year so far through 4 races. I mean, he's in contention every week, and
who
finally got it. Larson.
You think he's been the best driver?
Yes.
So far in NASCAR?
Have you not watched the first 4 races or what?
I have.
Okay.
I have.
He's been in contention in every single one.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue,
Are you going to say Michael McDowell?
I mean, we can just look at points alone. Granted, they're not updated from this race yet. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Maybe he will be in the lead. I just, number 1 is Denny Hamlin. Number 2 is Kevin Harvick. Number 3 is Joey Logano. Number 5, Chase Elliott. Number 6, Kurt Busch. None of them have got a win. So,
right.
I mean, would argue he's not racing the best. He's definitely racing good.
Okay, well, let's go back to Daytona Road Course. If he wouldn't have locked up his tires going into that turn, he wins the race if he makes that pass.
Are we going to start doing this now? If he would have or wouldn't have?
I mean, he had the fresher tires. You seen Bell blow by Logano for the win. Larson was better than Bell at that point race. He ran great last week at Homestead. What did he finish? P3, I believe, and then dominated today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's not doing good. He's definitely doing great. I mean, it's something that I'm excited about, seeing him in victory lane. What is that? His 7th victory career?
Yeah. I believe so.
Yeah, and it's exciting just because I was trying to explain this to my wife. I was like, man, what was that? What was his rookie season? 13, 14?
I think
somewhere around there, right? Because I think he came right after Logano. I think he came in when Austin Dillon came in, and he was really hyped up. I remember people talking about him kind of like what Chase Elliott is becoming now. You know, people were hyping him up like this guy is going to be a future champion. You know, he's going to be getting all these wins. And he is a great driver. You know, not taking anything away from him. 7 wins is already really incredible. But he just never quite lived up to the hype, I think, that people put on him. And maybe that was because of the equipment he was in.
That's exactly where I was going with that. I think it was all equipment.
Yeah, so seeing him get a W early in the season, coming back on a new team is pretty exciting because it's almost like maybe he will live up to the hype that kind of people kind of put on him. Obviously, he's lived up to his hype on the dirt track.
He's 28, man. You know, he's got his
right.
He hasn't even really hit his prime yet when it comes to NASCAR. You know, he's got a good 12 to 14 good years left in him, I would say, if he sticks it out with the Cup Series. So, I mean, when you're talking about good equipment now, I think he could get 2-3 championships, maybe even more in the next 14 years. He's one of those guys that stays in his early 40s.
Yeah, I mean, he could easily get that many. Let's see if he can get one first. But
he will.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. In the next 3 years, I think Kyle Larson will be a champion.
This is why I do it. You see the comments like that. This is why I do it.
I didn't know we were going. Never mind. I'll get canceled if I say some of the things I want to say.
Look at all these. I know I look good, people.
Look, I'm gonna show everybody real quick what I was gonna put on.
Your Indiana Jones hat?
Yeah, hold on. We gotta show people this, right?
No, I mean you can show it, but you're gonna look like Indiana Jones.
I was gonna put this on, and then I figured out my headphones weren't gonna fit over him, and he laughed at me. So watch.
To be fair, I laughed at him even when he had the hat on. Tell me he doesn't. Put in the comments.
I look just like you.
If he looks, he looks like a hipster Indiana Jones. I know he can't hear me right now. He looks like a hipster Indiana Jones with that hat.
Look at the glasses you have on.
Yeah, they're my wife's sunglasses. I'm not going to lie about that. There we go.
Everyone hates Keys, so you would get views. That's true. I don't know why everybody hates me.
You're an easy guy to hate. Oh, here's a good comment about the hat, Freddy Krueger. Yeah, that's actually really good. Yeah, I mean, what happened to your podcast? What was that, Hot Lap?
Yeah, my co-host J.R. Bolden kind of bailed on me. You know, he went and bought a Harley now, and he's kind of forgot about me. But my Twitter account for Hot Lap is blocked. I have no idea why. I've sent Twitter messages just to try to get it reopened again to see what's going on, and they are not replying. So not sure what happened there.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I enjoyed doing it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I created the best fucking logo for you ever. So.
Yeah, I mean, and then I had to win every contest that that we held, so everybody got mad at me.
And I mean, if we held the dumbest hat, you would have definitely taken the rap there as well. So
you have a coat on with girl sunglasses and a cowboy hat.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
100%. And I still look better.
You are pulling it off. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, no, I mean, was this race as good as Miami?
Man, that's a tough one. Homestead. I don't know why Vegas hasn't been in the talks of hosting a championship race, because the racing today was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But I think, I mean, it was 1A and 1B today, Homestead and Vegas. I think both races were great.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to pick right now. I've been thinking about it. I might have to go back and rewatch this race. This was a really good race, and I said it last episode. Honestly, every race this season has been pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
There hasn't been a bad race yet.
Well, they're claiming the best season ever, you know?
Well, their goddamn marketing team keeps saying that. And I was making fun of them earlier, and ever is still a huge stretch.
That's right.
But best recently, if the marketing team was like, this might just be the best season recently, I think I would have been like, you know what? They're right. This is the best season recently. Yeah.
The
past 5 years.
Yeah, we have 4 winners right now that I think you're going to have some big name drivers miss the playoffs with the 4 that we already have locked in.
I really hope so. I mean, I know NASCAR doesn't want to see that. They're probably already shitting their pants at this point, but I think every NASCAR fan would love to see some big names miss out, or at least just dying to get on the last race, just doing whatever they can to move
I mean,
and racing hard.
Isn't the cutoff race still Daytona this year?
Yeah, I'd have to double check with the schedule changing.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy, absolutely crazy this year.
Daytona is the cutoff?
I mean, it was last year. I don't think they've changed it.
Okay, well then, yeah, it will be just crazy.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I think Daytona is a fun cutoff race just because anybody can win that race. Shit gets crazy. Everybody's driving hard. But this season, it's like it doesn't matter because there's so many people already in that you never would have expected to be in the playoffs right now.
I figured Byron would be a bubble driver, right there, 16, 17, 15th place. And I don't know that the addition of Rudy, I think, is going to push him to new levels this year. And I was, one of the biggest Byron haters ever, just because the first 3 years, he's just not lived up to it, in my opinion.
He's so young, though. You gotta give Byron time.
No,
that is a young kid.
He really is, but I mean, so is Eric Jones, and he got fired for producing similar results as Byron. And I just don't think teams give drivers time to develop. You bring these 19, 20-year-old kids in there, if they don't produce in 2 or 3 years, they're axed and they're looking for the new gym and Xfinity Series. So, a lot of drivers didn't start back in the day till they were late 20s. So, I don't know. It's just a new age, man.
Yeah. By the way, Dakota, come on the show then. If you've memorized the entire fucking schedule. Sorry, I haven't. I'm gonna clip this part and put this part on YouTube. This is the part.
What was my kid coming in with pajamas?
Yeah. It's like, have you ever seen on the news when they show like interviews of people and their kids or their dog come in and they're like, God damn it.
This is what I got to deal with right here when I'm iRacing. I'll look around and I think I see a ghost and he's standing over my shoulder. That's why I produce so badly in iRacing.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, William Byron right now is kind of a bubble driver right now, but I could see him getting a win. And the Eric Jones
thing. He already has a win.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Where are you right now?
Yeah.
This is what I got to deal with, guys.
Sorry, I was talking about Eric Jones. With Eric Jones, I could actually see him pulling off a win at a race like Daytona because he does have shitty equipment, but I think he's a really talented driver. And we even saw today him running up towards the front in terrible equipment. I think that's honestly due to him being a good driver. He just wasn't producing quite what they wanted. They saw, Bell right there as a great driver that they could just put in right away. And, it's unfortunate for Jones.
Yeah, I mean, you can't knock Gibbs for going with Bell over Jones. I think Christopher Bell is probably top 3 in pure talent in NASCAR. So I mean, he's going to be there for the next 20 years. And
wait, you're saying Bell is a top 3 driver in NASCAR right now in terms of talent?
Yes, pure talent. Yes, I do. I think so.
That is saying a lot. Top 3 right now. Yeah,
I would say Kyle. So
Larson, who's 1 and 2 then?
I would say Kyle Larson, Chris Bell, and Kyle Busch are all pure talent. Oh my God! Call me crazy, man.
This is why I don't have you on the podcast.
I guarantee you. I guarantee you, more people would agree with me than disagree on that.
No, more people. You would have maybe a small. Dirt car? You're saying number 1 is Kyle Larson.
Yes, pure talent. He is the best driver in NASCAR.
And who is number 2? You said
probably Kyle Busch and then Chris Bell.
Okay, where's Kevin Harvick on that list?
No,
where's Joey Logano on that list?
On pure talent.
Where's Denny Hamlin on that list?
They're not in my top 3.
God damn it.
Make a damn poll or something. Do what you do on Twitter and we'll see.
I can't have you on the show ever again because you say shit like that. And it just gets me heated.
Where are the comments at? I need the comments come up.
That's an insane thing to say.
All right, give me your top 3.
Top 3 most talented drivers right now, pure talent.
Yes.
Like so what you're saying is if we put them all in equal equipment, like everything's equal playing field, who's going to get the win?
Right.
That's a tough one. I don't know how exactly to rank it, but it would probably be like Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, probably Logano. Hamlin's right around there too. Those are like the best drivers.
You think Joey Logano has more pure talent than Kyle Larson does?
Yeah.
You've lost your ever living mind.
Yeah. Joey Logano has been talented since day one. You might hate him because he's a hard driver, but he came in hyped because he's talented, and he's continued to prove it. He won a championship. The guy is talented.
Yeah, I know he's talented, but put him in the 42 ride where Larson was, and he's not gonna produce what Larson did in the 42.
Okay, so what's your argument that Christopher Bell is a top 3 most talented driver, other than just like that's how you feel?
This is his first year that he has had top tier equipment. What is his second year?
His second year in the
Yeah. So I mean, you take that. I think he'll have maybe 2 or 3 wins, possibly this year. He's that good, in my opinion.
I think Tyler Reddick is just as talented, if not more talented, than Christopher Bell.
I'm taking into account what they do on a dirt track too. I mean,
okay. Well, let's just look back at Xfinity. Tyler Reddick continuously performed better than Christopher Bell, and now he's in worse equipment than Christopher. What do you mean?
Did he though?
Yeah. Yes.
He won 2 championships, but did he
back-to-back championships?
Yeah, he won the championship race, but throughout the year, did he
back-to-back
than Chris Bell? No,
back-to-back. I don't know how else you want like.
That's like comparing Chase Elliott's championship this year to Kevin Harvick's regular season last year. That's what you're comparing. Yes, Tyler Reddick won the championship race because he's great at Homestead. That doesn't knock Chris Bell for having the better regular season.
I'd have to pull up actual wins. Like, I'd have to pull up the stats. But either way, I mean, so are you going to put Tyler Reddick in a top 5 most talented drivers right now in NASCAR?
No, because he's not. He doesn't do it on asphalt and on dirt.
I don't know. I think you're crazy, man. Christopher Bell, extremely talented young driver, has a very bright future. Still needs to mature. I need to see more out of him. I need to see consistency. He's proven all that right now. I'm not saying he's not, but I need a season or 2 to see how this.
I mean, it's his second year.
Right. That's why I said I need a season or 2 to see how it plays out.
Yeah,
and then I can talk about
2023.
Yeah.
Okay.
2023. That's when I'll come back and reconsider.
Okay. Maybe I'll have this technology figured out by then.
Yeah, probably not. I don't think you will. So NASCAR has been great this season. This was a very entertaining race. I mean, in terms of lead changes alone, it was crazy. I mean, people were running up front, up back, depending on what line they were taking turns, some momentum coming out of it. It was just like, it was pure racing. That's how it felt to me. It felt like there was a lot of contenders, and it just depended on how they were driving, which is not necessarily, I know that sounds very basic, but the past couple seasons, it hasn't felt like that.
Oh, no. Yeah, this race was amazing. And you just said your number 1 pure talent guy, Kevin Harvick, he was just over there getting lapped today. So he's got so much talent, man. He got started from the pole and finished like 20th. But yeah, he's a talented guy.
All right.
You have nothing, do you?
No, I don't have anything. I don't have anything for that one. But I mean, if you want to compare careers, then we could do that. That'd be fun. I don't want to have to defend Kevin Harvick. I don't even like Kevin Harvick. I'm a notorious, openly hater of Kevin Harvick. I can just acknowledge skill and talent, and I think he has those.
Okay. Well, my knowledge or my basis is coming from what they do in multi surfaces like dirt and asphalt.
So I know you're a Chase Elliott fanboy, right?
That's right.
You have Chase Elliott anime posters hanging up in your bedroom, all that?
Yeah, I got one where me and my wife lay down and it's on the roof.
He's shirtless, anime shirtless Chase Elliott.
And man, we got a beautiful view of him every night before we go to sleep.
Now that in this season, did you have to like paint on the handlebar mustache for him?
I thought about it, but I don't think I can pull it off.
Yeah, that's fair.
But if he asked me to, I would make it.
What'd you think of your boy Chase Elliott tonight?
He's had a rough start to the season, but he's still, top 6 or 7 in points just because based off stage points. But if they wouldn't have thrown that fluky rain caution at the Daytona road course, he'd already locked in the playoffs too.
I agree that, yeah. I didn't like that caution either. I don't care about Chase Elliott. My wife likes him because the only people that like Chase Elliott are women and Brandon Key. But Chase Elliott, I think, I don't think it's going to take him long to find victory lane.
No,
Kyle Busch is another story. I don't really know what's going on there. Probably just crew chief changes. And,
I made a thread the other day. Do you think Kyle Busch will win another championship? And I think, Jimmy Johnson went from dominating to just lackluster. Right. Is that what we're seeing right now?
Yeah, no, I thought about that. Is it just because like Kyle Busch is hard to work with? Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the issues are there. To be honest, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, also because I think you're right. I think practice has a lot to do with it. But going into next season with a completely new package, if Kyle Busch can't figure that out, then yeah, I would say this is his like end of his career where we just don't see him compete for another championship. If he can figure out that next gen model, then we'll see him contending for championships, every single season like we're used to. Right. I think it's all going to depend on who can adapt the best to the new package going into next season.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, man. Like if he used to be getting pissed off about not winning a race, now we see commentators praise him for finishing 7th.
Right.
The times have changed over the last 2 years for Kyle Busch because, like, that's crazy.
And it's cool to see these younger drivers, showing up, like Christopher Bell. It's exciting for the future of the sport to see a lot of talented younger drivers. But like I said, I'm willing to give all those younger drivers a solid 5 years to mature.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you can't. They don't dominate the Xfinity Series and then forget how to drive. These owners got to realize that it takes a little bit of time to adjust to, moving up in the Cup Series.
Yeah, exactly. I like to think 3 years, really. Like, I want to see a win within 3 years. I'd like to. And then I think as long as they get a win, maybe 2 wins, hopefully they keep their seat in whatever team they're on. And then after 5 years, I feel like that's when you're in the series now. You fully matured. You should be comfortable with everything.
And that's where I go back to Byron. He won, I think, Daytona, the cutoff race to make the playoffs last year. But before that, he hasn't won anything, hadn't done anything. And everybody's like, he's young. I'm like, well, he hasn't even competed, been in the top 5 and had, been in the contention to win a race, other than I think outside of Martinsville 1 year.
Yeah, he has 2 wins. This is his 4th. It's only his 4th season though. I know. Yeah, I see what you're saying though. It's been long enough to where you're like, okay, 2 wins with top equipment.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It's about time that he really starts to prove that he is a contender to be in that equipment, to have the marketing behind him that he does. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I know we don't like to agree too much.
Yeah. Let's just move on to the next topic because I don't like it.
You don't like agreeing with me. Yeah, so far, racing's been good. NASCAR, enjoyable, even though ratings are down, which is kind of funny. I've been enjoying it.
I agree, man. I have too. It's one of the best 4 races to start a season I can remember.
So I guess the next topic that I want to discuss was a tweet that I saw from, was it Superstar Racing Experience, that Tony Stewart Racing League that may or may not ever come up. Have you been keeping up with that at all?
Yeah, I seen something about yesterday that it said it was 100 days away.
I don't know, man. I keep feeling like they've been teasing me for a while now.
Do you think it's going to fall apart?
We'll see.
I don't know. I think when Tony Stewart commits to something, it's going to happen. It might not be in his time frame, but I definitely think it's going to happen. I don't know how successful it'll be, but
I just haven't really seen anything from them to get me excited about it.
Yeah.
Like at first I was really excited, but they haven't really done much lately to get me excited about this league, to show me that it's anything I should be worth tuning into, other than why can't I just watch the Xfinity Series? Is it just another league that has different drivers? I don't know. I want something different.
Yeah, but what can you do that's going to be different?
Well, here you go. This is the topic. They tweeted out, if you were starting a racing series, what would you do? Anything. What would you do?
Oh, man.
What do you want to see from a racing series?
I want the high down force package. or I mean, I want the high horsepower, low downforce.
Low downforce. I was
Right.
like, that's the opposite
Yeah.
of what I heard from you.
And I don't mind the stages. I just don't think we should throw cautions at every stage
Okay.
break. I know
Yeah.
why NASCAR does it for the restarts, the wrecks, the chaos. I get that. I get it 100%. I still would like to see the playoffs too. I know a lot of people are on the fence about that, but it brings excitement. It puts people in front of the TVs during the playoffs. And I'm a traditionalist, and I like the old school point system where a guy can wrap it up 6 races left in the season, but it's just not. It's not entertaining to the fans, and if they're trying to bring in new fans to the sport, having the playoffs is a great thing, I believe. I think they've added too many road courses as well. I would probably maybe subtract 2 road courses and add maybe 2 more short tracks as well for that.
Okay.
But
and what kind of cars would you use? Would you use like Cup Series cars, Xfinity cars?
Xfinity cars, composite bodies for sure.
Okay.
There's nothing better than the Xfinity Series right now, in my opinion. It's absolutely phenomenal. And 5 years ago, I hardly watched an Xfinity race. Now I can't not watch one. It's that entertaining.
I think most people would agree with you there.
Yeah. What do you got, man? What do you think?
So I was trying to pull up exactly what I said. I don't think I'll be able to find it. So I'm just going to go off the cuff here. So yeah, I got an idea. All right.
Okay.
It's kind of a mixture of a lot of things. But I like the idea of stock car racing.
Mm-hmm.
I like traditional stock car racing. I want it on short tracks. We have a couple super speedways. We can go to Daytona and Talladega. Maybe a couple intermediates too. I don't mind. Like Darlington, right. Atlanta, stuff like that. And then other than that, I would do short tracks. And I think the idea of a dirt race is fun also, but I would put it at an actual dirt track. Not put dirt in Bristol.
Yep.
Okay, so that's kind of the schedule. That's what we're looking at. No road courses. It's almost entirely short tracks.
You're going to cancel all the road courses?
Yeah. It's my series. No road courses.
Those have been some of the best races.
Okay, then watch another series. This is my series.
I won't watch yours. Whatever. Keep going.
All right. And then instead of a playoff system, I would have a championship at the end, but no playoffs. Cut out all playoffs. Just whoever won the most races is the champion. Very basic. But I would do, check this out. I would do I don't keep up with soccer at all. I don't care about soccer, but I watched this show on Apple TV called Ted Lasso with the guy, and he's a American football coach that coaches this English soccer team. And I really learned about this idea of relegation. So if you lose, if you're the worst team, then you get dropped down to the minors, and then you get picked back up. So I would do that also. I wouldn't have qualified to get into this race. I would have 2 separate series, a minor and a major. And the champion of the minor gets put up and the loser of the major drops down. That's simple. You both have 2 seasons to prove that, you should be where you're at.
Okay. So with that said, let me ask you a question. Are you taking the bottom 10 of the major series drops down and the top 10 of the minor series?
I guess it would depend on, how many cars I have running in each race. I'd if it's 40 cars for each race, drop down 5, bring up 5, maybe not too much movement. Cause I want to be able to keep some stability, but I do want the shitty teams to drop down, the better teams to prove themselves. Every single season we'll do this. And then in terms of cars, I would go back to actual stock cars. I would have Chevy, Ford, and Dodge competing. And they would each put in their the Camaro, the Shelby, Mustang, the Charger or whatever.
Yeah, the Charger.
You give us your newest model of that car. And then obviously we'll have shit that we modify to it for each team. Right. But you would be in the model. So you would actually
So you're saying
that model
2022 Dodge comes out, 22 Chevy comes out, and a 2022 Ford comes out. You're wanting
that model on the track.
That model on the track to NASCAR specs, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. We soup it up, like they did back in the day in NASCAR.
I think that's an awesome idea. To be
And
honest.
so the manufacturers love it because you literally see their cars on the track every single race. Like,
I like it.
The manufacturers would eat that shit up.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And that's it. That's my series right there.
I mean, I would tune in. Other than you should probably add one road course. Look, I used to hate road courses.
If I got enough pushback, I would consider one road course just to mix things up.
Yeah,
but
I'm all in on that series. I love that idea.
It's a fun idea, isn't it? We'll even throw in a dirt track just to mix shit up. Yeah. So you'll be out there on like a fucking Ford Mustang, 2022 Mustang on dirt, you know? I think it'd be fun.
I think that's great. I mean, yeah, alternate between like Charlotte dirt track, Eldora, places like that.
Exactly. Eldora's obviously
away
right.
Bristol, one of the best oval tracks on the circuit.
No, we would leave Bristol, and then they're talking about fixing up the fairgrounds in Nashville. I'd want to go places like that. I would want to invest in Rockingham. Shit, I might even buy Rockingham in my series, and we'll run races there. Like I'd like to go to specifically races in the South because I think that's predominantly where, and then the Midwest because I think those are the two regions that most like auto racing. Right. And I would want tracks that don't have 100,000 person capacity. I'd want like 30,000 capacity,
like Martinsville. So like,
yeah, because I think I would be able to sell that everywhere. Out. I look like a promoter right now.
No, you damn sure do.
I would be able to sell that out.
So that's the thing. You got some of these stadiums like Bristol, 160,000, and if 100,000 shows up, it looks like nobody loves NASCAR anymore. Right. You know. Make that thing 80,000, fill it up where people watching it on TV are like, wow, look at this atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If I had a track like Eldora, for instance, I mean, that's, I think 30,000. I think that's 30,000 capacity. You know, The fairgrounds is something like 60. I don't know. It's something around there. And you just limit the capacity of the amount of people that could get in. And then as the popularity of the sport rises, you just keep that level capacity. So you're never ever doing it and just charge more for tickets. You know, supply and demand.
I love that idea.
I've
talked to my buddies about that too. I was like, you know, people say NASCAR is dying. Yeah, the ratings are down a little bit. But when you got, you know, these stadiums that hold so many people, it's not the 90s anymore. You know, everything's on TV now. So obviously more people are going to come to the track. So
right,
lower the capacity, stack that thing up, man, make it look great on TV, and you're going to draw fans.
And more importantly, I mean, it would be cool to get into Fox Sports or MSNBC, whatever abbreviations there are. Sure, that's great, but you don't need it anymore. I think I would partner with some kind of subscription-based streaming service like Flow Sports or Mav TV. You know, there's a million of them. Just partner with them, have a subscription base, and then you don't even need the cable networks anymore.
What time would you start your races?
You know, I think to not compete with NASCAR, I would probably go Saturday nights.
Really?
Under the lights. Yeah, I think I would do Saturday nights.
Then you're competing with all your local short tracks.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of attendance, yes. But in terms of like viewership, no. I mean, nobody watches that shit.
Yeah, but in terms of attendance, there's a lot of people that go race every weekend. They're gone. They're never going to be able to watch your series because they're gone.
Maybe.
I think you're going to have to do like a Wednesday night.
No, it's got to be a weekend. Friday night.
It doesn't have to. Yeah. I don't know. I think you could do.
That's like over my head. Like I would have to look at the numbers for who's doing what on these nights. Friday night would be fun though, because like when people get off work under the lights, we always have it at like a nighttime race wherever we're at.
Yeah, instead of football, we'll go to the racetrack on Friday night lights.
And I mean football season. The thing about football season is it's so short that you really only have to worry about a short amount of time, because Friday night. That's only high school football, you know, and their seasons are like 7 weeks. So it's not like you would have to compete with them. You just put it at a different time period.
I got you. I'm following.
Tell me that Tony Stewart's fucking series should not give me a call.
I think they have some smart people behind the scenes of that series.
I don't think so. Anybody that looks like this?
Nobody looks like you, but
that's what I'm saying, dude.
And you made some pretty good propositions. So I mean,
I'd get
I
a
would watch
pinky
your
ring.
series.
I'd have like pinky rings, gold necklaces. I would
Would
look
you
like a
drink
promoter.
your coffee like this?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
always have like the pinky out with the ring on it.
Oh yeah.
Big fat pinky ring.
I can't remember. Your image right now reminds me of somebody. I cannot picture it.
Probably somebody that got laid a lot.
Is
If I had to guess.
your wife around? Just kidding.
I think she's
All right, let's
listening.
keep
I think
moving.
she's listening to an ebook. Don't worry.
You're gonna get my son in here again.
Don't worry. She doesn't
All
listen
right.
to this stupid podcast like most other people. She'll never know.
Oh,
All right. So we only have one topic left. It's still a little early, but we could stretch that topic out. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about, point standing, stuff like that. Like I said, that's kind of a difficult thing to talk about since it hasn't really, I don't think it's been updated yet. No, I don't think that's.
I don't think it's gonna change much.
Yeah. Yeah, because Kyle Larson doesn't have a win on here yet. We'll see. Like I said, throughout the season, the changes that are going to happen is, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, they're going to stay up high. Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, he'll stay around there. What we're going to see is guys like Michael McDowell, who's right now in fourth, drastically start to, go down. It doesn't matter because he's still already in the playoffs, but
yeah, it doesn't.
I think those are kind of the only things. The guys that performed surprisingly well early on are just naturally going to start to fall. And, guys like Martin Truex Jr. and Brad Keselowski will slowly start to move up.
Do we want to talk about Bubba Wallace and his new ride, how he struggled so bad? And I think Ryan Blaney's been, I think he's 25th or something in points.
Yeah. I said from the beginning, I think Ryan Blaney has not been living up to his hype.
I agree 100%. And he's choked away so many races that he's had.
Right, exactly. That's kind of my biggest point is the guy is not as clutch as he needs to be. He has been in a lot of positions to get wins where he doesn't and something happens.
Yep.
Sure, you can chalk it up to this guy wrecked him, his equipment. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's you have to put victories on paper or else that's all that matters at the end of the day. When you're talking to a guy that looks like this, I just care about wins, baby.
Put Ryan Blaney in front today where Kyle Larson was. I've seen that so many times. That situation, happened so many times, and Blaney will smack the wall and, blow it right front and have to go pit. He never gets the job done, I feel like, at these short tracks, mile and a half. Yeah, he's a good super speedway racer, but I don't know, man. Everybody thinks he's so great. I'm not on that train.
Yeah, I agree. I was hyped for him early on because I think the branding and marketing around him got you excited. He came off as look, I'm an old school driver. I have a mustache and shit like that. And so people were like, oh, yeah. But in terms of Todd on the track, I think he's been a disappointment. I said at the beginning of this season, and I think I might be wrong on this just because of what he has, the type of equipment. But I said that I think Tyler Reddick could be what Ryan Blaney was supposed to be. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's overrated.
I'm a huge Tyler Reddick fan. Huge.
Right. I think that dude has so much talent and he's not scared to drive. He will put his car where it needs to be to get a win. He's stuck with shitty equipment. And I think
is RCR shitty equipment though? I think they're coming around. They've
gotten better for sure. But
all the Chevys are coming around.
In terms of top teams, if we're counting RCR as a top team, because historically they have been, they're probably the worst, in my opinion. Or I don't know. It's there with Ganassi, where they're not going to really put you in the position to get wins. But I think the good thing for Tyler Reddick is that RCR has been kind of spearheading the next gen model. They've been really involved.
Yeah,
and so I think RCR, if they're doing what they should be doing, I think RCR is preparing for next season in this new model, in this next gen, because a lot of teams I don't think will be ready.
Yeah, like you said, they're very heavily involved in the next gen. But him being at RCR, there's nowhere else for him to go right now.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad place for him. It's just
But it's not top tier equipment.
Exactly.
We both agree on that. But there's no top tier rides that I can see coming open in the. Well, I mean, I guess it's Hendrick, the top tier of Chevy.
Yeah, I would say Hendrick is.
They're all young, so where's Reddick?
Hendrick's always kind of led Chevy for a while now, but like Christopher Bell just got top equipment. Last season he was at Levine Family Racing, so he was at kind of the equipment you expect a rookie to be at. And for the guys that came in last season, Christopher Bell clear because it was Cole Custer, Christopher Bell, and Tyler Reddick. Christopher Bell now is in the best position. Last season, I was like, oh, Tyler Reddick at RCR. That's, it's not the best position to be in, but compared to those other two, he's in the best. But
okay,
yeah,
so I remember bringing this up to you earlier. Would you, rather drop down like John Hunter Nemechek did and race for truck wins every week with the best equipment, or would you rather run 25th or 30th in the Cup Series and possibly never get a good ride? I think dropping down
and never getting a good ride. If that's the case, I would rather drop down and wait for a good ride to open up
and showcase your talent. Yeah,
but I also think joining an affiliate team with a better team, like a Toyota team or a Ford team, that you think, okay, a seat could open up. And although I'm not on that team yet, I'm in the Cup Series on an affiliate team. And if you can show that outperform what they expect of you, I think that's the best thing to do, because you're actually getting experience in the Cup Series and proving I am, although I'm not going to get a top 10 finish, probably if I can get in the teens in this terrible equipment, I'm doing something.
And Nemechek did that in a few races last year. He was up there in the 12, 13, 14 range and was way overperforming his equipment. But there's only you might do that, 3 or 4 times out of 36 races. That's the bad thing.
But yeah, and what I'm talking about though is maybe probably what I'm thinking is better equipment than you're even talking about. Because I was thinking like Richard Petty Motorsports, a team like that where it is shit, but that's a really good springboard position to be in. Because that's a team that's not good, but if you can get some top 10 finishes, other teams will look at you and be like, hey, that could be a good driver. I mean, look at the guys that have come out of it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Not counting Bubba Wallace.
I mean, even the Wood brothers, that's the stepping stone to get Penske or another good Ford team. But and Matty D's on the chopping block every year. He's a great driver, but I mean, I think Cindric is going to do wonders in that car next year.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, Bubba Wallace, that's a whole other story. Obviously, there's a lot of Bubba Wallace fans that we have to kind of tiptoe around when we talk about this. But but the guy, he's performing as I expected. Like, honestly, I don't know what people were expecting. Yeah. I don't know what people were expecting. Here's the deal. If you're going to start a new team like that, Denny Hamlin should have been the driver for it. You need a veteran to come in and take a new team and say, like, this is what we have to do. You took Bubba Wallace, a guy that hasn't proven himself at Richard Petty. And you can say, oh, it's because look at the equipment he was in. And sure, you could be right. And this was my point his whole career is like, maybe it is the equipment, even though he's not performing as well as Eric Almirola did in the same equipment. But maybe it's the equipment. Let's say that. Now you're going to take him to a brand new fucking team where they clearly are going to have a lot of issues at first.
Yeah.
What did you expect was going to happen? Like, that guy is not prepared
and
for
the
that
guy he might be super talented. We don't know
exactly.
Yet,
that's been my point is like, I really don't know. He actually could be a talent because he keeps getting put in shitty situations. And this situation was worse than his last one, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're looking at a 2-3 year time trial to get 2311 up and running. Like, he's not going to jump in that car and be great. So now you're putting him behind the 8 ball again. So we're still not being able to see him showcase his talent. So
I think it's an even worse position. I mean, sure, the ownership's fun. You're going to get a shit ton of sponsors, which he already has been doing clearly, but they're going to have a lot of issues. It's a new team. Yeah. And I don't understand. If you're starting a new team like that, I think you need to put a veteran in the seat. It doesn't even have to be a championship veteran. I'm trying to think of a not championship veteran. But
The
Rocket
Cook would
Man.
probably been better.
The Rocket.
The Rocket Man.
Ryan Newman.
I would love to see that.
He's a veteran driver that's never won a championship, and I think he would be a better driver to put in a position like that because he's old enough, he's experienced enough to be able to tell the team, like, this is the direction you need to take it. You know, this is what I'm feeling and the equipment when I'm driving it. This is how to. Yeah. You could put him in there for a year just to get the team up and running, and then sure, go out on a limb with a guy like Bubba Wallace if you think he's that talented. I think it was a terrible position. I think Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan wanted to have a team, and they said, who is going to get us sponsors? Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace is going to get you sponsored right now. And like you said, but I don't know if that was the right decision for results.
No. And I mean, it might have been the right decision for Bubba Wallace because he was just going to be stuck at Richard Petty. But I think this move could end his career. Like, I know that sounds terrible, but
I think 23XI will have 2 or 3 cars added to that stable.
Oh, really?
5 years. I think they're gonna.
Yeah, if they do that, then it'll definitely lighten the load on him, safe and kind of create a safety net for him. Yeah, like that would be big.
I think this gives him another excuse this year. Like, oh, we're a new team.
Oh, big time. This definitely extends his excuse big time. Like 2 to 3 years.
I'm so tired of the excuses.
Well,
I remember he
then
ran
don't
good
keep up with Bubba Wallace because, hate him or love him, he is going to have a solid excuse going forward. Like, he had the same excuse with Richard Petty saying, like, oh, well, it's mediocre equipment. We're struggling to get sponsors. We don't even have an extra car to run. So if it's wrecked, we're fucked. But now that excuse was running out, and now he's kind of hit restart.
Yeah, he's got a whole new set of excuses. But I mean, I know he ran good at Indy a few years ago, and he gets out of the car. I think he finished 4th or something. And he gets out of the car. And he's like, "Yeah, people in this or cars of this caliber shouldn't be running top 5. Somebody can drive." Like patting himself on the back and throwing his team under the bus, kind of like.
That's the thing. I know Bubba Wallace is a popular guy. All the issues separate. I'm not going to talk about on my show.
Right.
But personality-wise, I actually have not liked him for a while, especially when it's Alex Bowman that he threw the water at, wasn't it?
Yeah, when he was sitting inside the car, I think.
Yeah, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, dude, because he just had that like heat stroke or something where he's outside the car with like medics. Yeah. Jeff Gordon's next to him talking to him because he's like dying.
And then
he goes up and throws drink on him
last year.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't he he made fun of
being a Christian guy.
Yeah, for being too Christian. And then when Denny Hamlin said he takes Adderall after the Daytona 500, Bubba Wallace was like, oh, he needs to chill out. Looks like he needs some more Adderall. When it was like he kind of took Denny out. Like, he's just always kind of said shit like that. That's kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, either be a badass and fight somebody or shut up. Like, that's, those are the two that I like. Like, I actually kind of like Noah Gragson right now. I think he's kind of fun because I actually have seen him throw hands. And I'm like, all right, that dude's he's not just talking. Like, I think he will throw hands.
No, he threw him last year, that's for sure.
Here we go. To Gibbstown, lower series, yada, yada, yada. Here we go. Johnny was on the episode last week. Everybody check that out. If you haven't seen it, that was a good episode. Much better than this one because Brandon's terrible. But what we're going to do now is there's a good time where we chug. So we're going to chug. We usually chug beers, but because Brandon,
I have a sugar problem.
He's an alcoholic. He wants to chug hard liquor. And then we'll go into the last topic of the night for this episode.
It's good stuff right here.
Let me get
this way. If you haven't tried that, try it. Okay.
Oh, if I haven't tried that,
you have.
I'm not talking to like a 16-year-old. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love this stuff.
Come on.
I mean, are you okay? Can you open your damn beer or what?
No, I got brand new, nails. I didn't want to break them. All right.
Oh, man.
I'm feeling better this week. Last week, the last episode, I think it was on Wednesday when I was with Johnny. I was sick all day. And then I had to come on the podcast, which I already didn't want to do because I was sick. and then had to chug the beer, and that it almost came back up. Like it was. If you go back and watch that episode, you'll see me going like. It was about to come back up. My eyes are like tearing up. It was a terrible situation. So I
bet
feel
Johnny did it like a champ.
Yeah, actually he did.
Yeah.
He did. He was one of the better ones I've had on. All right, here we go. Just crack this guy open.
Oh man,
you ready?
I'm dreading this. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Oh, much better.
Too much. Oh, God. It's about to come back up.
Now it's saying I have like bad internet connection. I wonder if the show's even live right now.
Yeah, they probably cut us off for putting alcohol in it. Oh, God.
They probably should cut us off.
Oh, man.
All right. You doing good? Why did you want to do hard liquor anyway instead of
I got a race tonight, bro. So
you what?
I got a race tonight, so I like to get a little, before I get behind the wheel.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Drinking and driving is always fun. Yeah. You ever play? You don't seem like the college type, but in college, was a time for
what
you
the
to
hell does
defend
that mean? You don't
I was gonna say that was.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to defend yourself, and you didn't. And I was like, okay.
Well, I'm like, yeah. What are you going with that?
What college did you graduate from?
I didn't go to college. I
Okay,
think
so I
college
was
is
right.
overrated.
Okay, I was right then.
I mean, did
You
you
can
go to
defend it
college?
if you want, but I was right.
Yeah, college is overrated. You just come out with a bunch of debt, and I think trade there's so many jobs out there today where you can just go and make $100,000.
College is not overrated. College is
overrated.
College is fun as hell.
I'm talking about from a future providing for your family aspect.
About that stuff. No, join a fraternity.
Yeah, look how you're dressed. You look like a fraternity dude right now.
Go join a fraternity. Go to a college that has like a decent football team. It doesn't even have to be that good. Just like, a school that people go to games and tailgate for. And there you go. It's worth it.
No, I mean, I was at NC State every weekend. I mean, all my friends went to college, and I was out there.
Yeah,
I was
my little brother went to
law
NC
enforcement.
State.
Did he really? Oh, yeah, you told me about that. I was in law enforcement from age 19 to 25. So
you were the opposite of a fraternity guy.
Out there saving lives, man. That's what I do.
Oh, yeah, saving lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't seem like the saving life type.
You're over there playing beer pong. I'm out there getting shot at. I mean, whatever. That's why you're wearing
college was worth it.
Yeah, okay.
I think I was right. All right, so to wrap this episode up, because we are going long, we're gonna wrap it up with if you could build your own NASCAR team. This whole episode's been like hypotheticals. Like if you could build your own NASCAR series or racing series. Now it's if you could build your own NASCAR team. It's a 4-car team. Brandon had this idea. 4-car team. You know what? We won't even say like manufacturers. Forget all that. Just what are the 4 drivers you would put in your open seats? And we're going to do a snake draft. But I haven't told you about this. I have a couple of rules that I want to implement to make it a little bit more interesting. Because we can't just pick the best drivers. Okay. So what I was thinking is you can be limited to, you can help me decide this, 1 or 2 championship drivers. What do you think? 1 or 2? I'm thinking probably 2 because there's a lot that have championships. 2. All right, so we'll limit you to 2 championship drivers. So that'll include like Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, Harvick, Kyle Busch, Truex, Logano, and Chase Elliott. I think those are the only guys right now in the series that have won a championship.
Okay.
I believe. So you're only limited to 2 of those. Also, you have to take 1 driver that has this is only at least his 2nd season. All right, most of the 2nd season. So it can be either a rookie this season, or it could be Cole Custer, Tyler Reddick, or Christopher Bell.
Okay. Who goes first? You flipping a coin or something?
We'll see. Chris is pretty confident. He knows who you're taking and picking one.
Hey, I mean, that's a given. Best driver in NASCAR.
Do you have a coin on you?
No.
Yeah, me either. I'm trying to see if I have one.
Here, I'm going to flip this bottle cap from the whiskey.
Okay, well, I'm taking top up.
Top up?
Wait, let me see the bottle. Let me see the cap.
Nope. It landed like that, so.
Let me see the cap.
What do you mean,
Of course it was going to land like that. You can't believe Just weight distribution alone.
It landed the way you wanted it to land. You got the damn first pick.
All right, good.
And you're over there complaining. God,
well, I just had my complaints ready.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead and pick, man.
All right. So I'm going to start out with, obviously, a championship driver. I'm going to go Chase Elliott.
You're an ass. You're an asshole.
All right, you want to hear why? Can I explain my pick?
You don't have to explain that. I don't.
Okay. Well, I think that was a good pick regardless of how you feel because he is the best young driver. Like he's in the list of best drivers right now, but he's like 10 years younger than the rest of them. So if we're talking longevity, he's the guy that I want on my team because he can lead me to a championship. He'll be competing for a championship every single season for the next like 20 years. I mean, the guy has so much longevity in his career. So he's the best pick. Let's just be real.
Yeah, I mean, and anybody that disagrees with that doesn't watch the sport.
Or just purposely hates Chase Elliott. But here's the thing. Nobody hates Chase Elliott. They just hate the Chase Elliott fan base.
Be honest, am I an obnoxious Chase Elliott fan? I don't think I am.
I don't know. I don't see you
guy.
enough like on Twitter, like talking shit or whatever. It's mostly like the people on.
I'm just cheering
like, okay, if Chase Elliott, okay, did you like this race? Las Vegas.
I loved it.
Okay,
and he ran like crap.
You like Homestead? Okay. All right, then no, you're not an obnoxious. I think what people are referring to are the fans that don't like races just because Chase didn't run well.
Yeah, and I can see that. I see a lot of them on Twitter. I mean, you should have seen my mentions last week when I threw Byron under the bus. I had like 56 Twitter mentions in like an hour.
Yeah, that happened to me with who was it? Ryan Blaney. That was it. The Ryan Blaney fan base. Jesus Christ. All right, your turn.
Man, this is tough. I think it's between two drivers.
Well, are you going with like a championship driver first?
No.
Oh.
I'm going with the young core to get me for the next 20 years. Okay. I'm going to go Chris Bell.
Okay. You're taking Christopher Bell. So that's your one young driver that you have to take.
Just spin it. Yeah. I'm going that route.
Checked off. Do you want to explain your pick? I mean, I don't think it needs much explanation, but.
Yeah, if you watch the sport, you should. I mean, he's got top tier equipment. He's only been in this NASCAR for 2 years. And has hell of a talent. So.
Would you take him regardless, even if you didn't have to pick a young driver?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. That's big. I think if we're talking young drivers, though, that makes a lot of sense. So I'll go ahead and scoop up. Wait, this is a snake draft, right?
Yeah, it's my pick again, isn't it?
So it's your pick again. I forgot. We're doing snake. Usually you do snake with more than two people, so that's kind of weird. But
see, I want to pick like an old champion, but all the champions are old other than Chase. You know?
Right. Chase is like by far you could take like Logano. He's a young champion.
Logano will never be on my team. Ever.
All right. I guess you don't want wins. That's fine.
Yeah. I don't care for that. I'll take Kyle Larson.
You'll take Kyle Larson. Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Chris Wright has been calling your picks like crazy. He put that in the comments.
He's a smart guy. He knows talent.
We call him Chris Bad Takes. I just want you to know that.
He does have a lot of bad takes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, literally, he put that in the comments right before you said that, and I was waiting because I was like, if he gets it 2 for 2, so Chris has got you down 2 for 2 now.
I mean, I said that's the top 2 guys talent wise. Why wouldn't I pick him?
That's a good point, but nobody actually listens to what you say. So you have Christopher Bell and Larson. All right, and I have Chase Elliott. So my team's already better. I'm gonna have to go young guy now also just to make sure you don't scoop this up. I don't think you would, but just to make sure, I'm gonna have to go with Tyler Reddick because if we have to pick a young guy, you already picked Christopher Bell. That was really the only other good option. Yeah. And like I said earlier, I think Tyler Reddick is an insane talent. I think he's gonna go on to be competing for championships. So
I agree.
I got Chase Elliott and Tyler Reddick already. I mean, come on, dude.
Well, you got the first pick and you got the best driver. What happens in snake drafts?
Yeah, it's my turn again. So I picked one champion, one young guy. We'll go another champion. I'm gonna go You know what? I'm going Joey Logano.
I mean, you could have just picked him last because I'm not going to ever pick him.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm going to go Joey Logano because he will always be in the talk for a championship. He's always going to be up there competing for a championship. And kind of similar to Chase Elliott, he has a lot of longevity in his career. He's still really young. And that's it. That's my reason.
Okay. So we're both, we both have top tier equipment here, right?
Yeah, I'm viewing it as like we're both top teams. We're a 4-car, team. So
okay. So, with that said, man, I am going to pick Denny Hamlin. What do you think? He's got 5 years left?
I was just gonna say that was the pick I was gonna go with. But he is getting older. Yeah, that was my one concern.
Well,
I'd say he has 5 years. He seems like he's still in really good health, really good shape. Yeah, that's actually a really good pick. I like the Denny Hamlin pick.
I'm gonna go Kyle Busch too.
Okay, so that wraps up your team.
Yeah, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson. That is loaded.
Okay, that's a pretty good team. So I have Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick. I have 2 champions. Can't pick another NASCAR champion. I got my young guy. So now this is just kind of up in the air. Whoever I want to pick, other than a NASCAR champion. Pick. Yeah, this is a tough one. This is like a make or break because Denny Hamlin was probably the best pick, honestly, because he's not a champion.
He's not a champion. Yeah. Yeah, you're in a tough boat here. I think I got you on this team thing.
I think you do. Like that kind of tipped it right there. Any other good driver?
Keselowski's got a championship.
Right, Keselowski has a championship. Even Kurt Busch has a championship because Kurt Busch would have been a pretty decent pick too because he can be consistent. He's an older veteran driver, but even he has a goddamn championship. People forget about that.
You could go the Trace Briscoe route.
You know what I'm going to do? Just because fuck it. Austin Dillon, baby.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's
go.
You
were going to do this because you supported him so much last year.
Austin Dillon.
Your team's trash. You got 2 RCR drivers and you just talked shit about them 20 minutes ago.
I didn't even think about that. Shit.
Yeah. Man, they're horrible equipment, man. I'm going to take them for my future franchise.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Damn.
Hey, man.
I did.
You're a horrible GM.
You know what? I like RCR. I just scooped up RCR. I said, let's ride. Hop in.
As fans, I'm a huge RCR fan.
Nice.
Huge. But, yeah, I support Dillon and Reddick for sure. I want them to succeed more than they are, man. Like, I would love to see them winning races.
But I got the best equipment. So now's the time to prove it for Tyler Reddick and Austin Dillon. Let's see if they are true talents. Let's see what they can do. And by the way, you have Joey Logano, who's great. Granted, not a good teammate. I'm aware. He's not the best teammate. But you got Chase Elliott also. So
you got the golden child.
Right. You got Chase Elliott as a teammate. He's going to help you out. He's a great teammate to have. Joe Logano's not a great teammate to have. I can acknowledge that. But at least he's going to get my team some wins.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your team? One more time. Wrap it up, and then I'll say my full team. Wrap it up.
Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson. That is one loaded team.
That is a loaded team. I'm like, shit. All right. I got Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Austin Dillon, and Tyler Reddick.
You need to post a poll on who won this.
That's why I wanted to. Okay. So anybody that listened, I'm going to put up a poll, make it a couple-day poll. So once we log off here, I'll put a poll up on Twitter. So everybody listening, go retweet that, whatever, and tell us who won this snake draft if we had 4 drivers and top equipment. And also,
your chances.
I know your team is actually pretty stacked. The Denny Hamlin really tipped it over, I think.
Yeah, I think it did.
That I think was the tipping point because me starting out with Chase Elliott was good.
Because Denny's a championship driver, just doesn't have a championship.
Exactly. It's very. I honestly was thinking about him as a championship driver, and I was like, oh, he's got a championship, and he's kind of old, like probably not worth it. I didn't even think about him not being a championship driver. It was like between him and Logano in my head, and I was like, "Oh, Logano's younger. I'm gonna go Logano." But shit. Okay, so before we wrap it up, just wanted to mention I'm doing a t-shirt giveaway, and there's not enough people that want a free shirt. So I got a tweet here. It's a t-shirt giveaway, and I got so many good t-shirt designs on my T Public site.
Yeah. Who designs those?
Me. What are you surprised about? I designed your fucking podcast logo. You came to me for a podcast logo.
Yeah, you did a great job on that with your t-shirt. Designs probably could use some work. That's
all right, so this is the last time we'll hit Brandon Key on the show, everybody. Hope you enjoyed while he was here. I know I didn't. Yeah, thank you, Chris. The new one is great, and he's only saying that because his face is on it.
Yeah. How many shells have you had on that yet?
Not enough. Not enough. Yeah, or more than expected, I guess.
Oh, man.
So I have a bunch of t-shirts on my Teespring site. So go to this tweet. All you have to do is retweet this tweet and then respond to the tweet with like a screenshot of you subscribing to the YouTube channel, because we're trying to get that going. Trying to get this YouTube channel to build up a little bit more. I have a good audience audio-wise. We really want the YouTube audience. So subscribe there. And it's fun, man. Why not subscribe? We have a good time.
Yeah.
Because usually Brandon's not here.
Right.
So yeah,
Look,
you
man,
go do that.
I had a good time.
You go do that and you get a chance to win any of the t-shirts I've designed. You just tell me which one you want and I'll send it to you. That simple.
Yeah. I'll go retweet that.
Yeah, there you go. Show me that. You're probably not even subscribed to the YouTube channel, are you?
Nah.
Of course you're not. Jesus.
I will tonight, man. Okay. I mean,
oh my God.
This is last minute.
I just want everybody to know he showed up with the little no visual at all. And he goes, God damn it. Do I have to have visual turn on? I need a camera for this. I said, yes, dude, you need a camera. I'm not just dressed up sitting here by myself. And he's like, can't you just like talk and I'll have the audio? That's what I deal with Brandon when he's on the show.
Oh, man. I guess people just love to hate Brandon. What are you drinking? Another beer?
This is, another beer. This is
Washing it down?
Modelo. You what?
Okay. You just washing down that first one?
That was the second one.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm gonna finish this beer.
Okay.
And probably go gamble.
What do you mean?
I go to a casino. I have to go to this casino. I look like this.
Yeah, you should probably go in your bedroom and take that shit off and go to sleep and not go to a casino.
No, I'm gonna drive to Oklahoma or Louisiana, whichever one's closer. Hit a casino.
You look like Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover. That's what you look like.
That's fair. I've gotten that quite a bit.
Oh,
I'm not even gonna try to argue that one. I have gotten that a lot.
That's what you look like right now, especially with the glasses, because he wore those same type of glasses when he was holding the baby in the elevator. That's what you look like.
Yeah.
Just do your hair like that, like he did before he got in the elevator.
That's the best I can do. I think you're onto something. Yeah. I'm not even going to argue it. So,
man.
Thanks for coming on, Brandon.
I enjoyed it, man. I really did.
Yeah,
even
last time.
Talk shit all the time. Yeah, never again.
Yeah, so we're gonna do I think 2 more episodes with the co-host challenge, and then I've been watching a lot of Survivor lately, and so I just base my life on whatever I'm doing at the time. I want to turn this into a Survivor challenge. So what I'm gonna do is after the next 2 co-hosts come on, I'm gonna bring back on probably 2 of my favorite co-hosts. Brandon will not be one of them; he's terrible. And I'm thinking maybe I'll even bring the other co-host back on as a jury, and then they get to vote on the co-host, Survivor style.
I mean, it really doesn't matter if I'm not coming back on. So your show's gonna go to shit.
Yeah, you're just not gonna show up for the jury thing. I'll be like, hey man, I want to come on for like 10 minutes for a jury vote, and you're just gonna be like, nah.
When I do get voted to come back on, because I'm pretty sure I will, I'll have me a camera set up where I can look straight at you next time.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see.
You and Johnny both. It's okay.
Yeah.
Both just use your phones and little.
I think a podcast with me, you, and Johnny would do record numbers.
I'd be willing to give it a try.
I'm telling you. I just think that's a dynamic trio.
I'd be willing to give it a try. But what I'm saying is, I think after 2 more episodes, on the 3rd one, I want to have like everybody back and see how it goes, and we all kind of shoot the shit, vote for who should be the host, the co-host going forward.
Just do it, man.
All right.
You just let me know, brother.
All right. Thanks for coming on, and I'll see y'all on Wednesday.
Take care, fellas.
Peace.